Today I want to introduce you to the Stamp Perfect SSP hand stamp machine. It's new at steelstamps.com. It's made in the USA, and it's our latest in the series of machines we made for jewelry making and marking. The machine has some very nice features. The first of which is the universal stamp holder. And what's very nice about this is you can use any stamp that you may have right now in your collection. Any manufacturer, any length, any size. And I've got a few here that I will show you how they go in. The stamp holder is magnetized and it holds the stamp in place. All you have to do is put it into the corner and push it up so it sits. But you can use any size stamp and they just slip in and out of there that quickly. Makes it very easy to change from stamp to stamp, and again, the idea of being able to use your own stamps and not having to buy anything special is quite nice. The machine also comes with magnetic tape, and this can be cut with a utility knife or scissors, and you can make your own little fixture to hold your pieces in place. And on these I cut 45-degree angles on them. And what that allows you to do is to make a little corner where you can put your piece to mark, and you can get repeatability. If you're going to mark a lot of those same type pieces, you can slide it up into the corner and get the same mark and same position on your piece every time. The other item that comes with the machine is our pendant marking tool. And what this does is it allows you to mark around a disc on a radius, perfectly around the outside of a disc, or on a washer, and it does a really fine job of that. And if anybody has ever done that with a hammer and held it in place while you mark it around, you know how you get staggered looking characters, and this will make it look like it's almost typed around there. It's a very nice little feature to have. It's all included with the machine, and I can give you an idea of what we have to do to set this machine up to work. What's nice on the machine is we also have a ruled base plate, so that allows you to index the sliding base to the position of the next stamp as you write a name across and keep it in a straight line. The machine is also adjustable height-wise, depending on the length of your hand stamp or the depth or lightness that you want for your mark. The head is moved up and down by this knurled adjusting screw, and as you can see, put a stamp in there and you can see how it you can tell how close it gets here. So we'll put a stamp in here, and by turning with your left hand it lowers. So I always like to say left hand lower, right hand raises, and as you can see the head moves up and raises to a point that you need it. The machine is easy to operate. All you have to do is pull down the handle, and it works on a cam mechanism. And that's what gives you your power to put your character into the piece that you're marking. It's very easy to use. So what we're going to do, I will set up and mark a small part here for you. And the way I like to start is to use the point stamp that comes with the machine. And what that does is it allows you to come down and actually find the center of the piece that you want to mark. So if I want to mark on this little piece here and find the center, first thing I do is line it up on the ruled base, try to put everything in line, and if you want to make sure you stay there, you can put a little piece of tape on it and that'll keep it from rolling. Bring my head down to where I'm just above my piece, and what I want to do is center that point in the middle of my little tag here that I'm going to mark and put a name on. And I'll lower that to a point where I put a little pressure on it. I just dialed that down to a point where I put enough pressure that I could put my magnetic tape up here and hold it in place. Now that I have it where I want to, what I always suggest is to put a little tape on the tag itself and on the magnetic tape so it doesn't move, and that's going to maintain my position of my piece to be marked. And we will write Mary on this piece. Take our tape off so it moves. Now, to adjust the height of the letters, as you can see, the handle went all the way down. To get to a good starting point, what we're going to do is we're going to put the handle up around 2 o'clock, and we are going to lower the head to a point at which it touches again and is firm against the piece. Now I can see right now that my piece needs to be a little bit lower, so I'm going to reposition that, give it a little better mark. Alright, and then we can start. Now to do that, all you have to do is pull down on the handle. Put the I want to raise this up a little bit. That was a little heavy. That's better. And right there we marked Mary on it. Had I been able to take a little more time with it, this is strictly for demonstration, but you can see I'm still in a straight line, they're uniform depth, and you can see how quiet the machine is. Now when you use the pendant marking tool, we need to remove the anvil, and we're going to take this piece off, and this is U-cut. So what this is going to do is it's going to set in place of the standard sliding anvil, just like that. And as you can see, it can move back and forth, and that's what we're going to use these little thumb screws for. Now to get this in the center, because it's imperative we get that in the center, we're going to use our point stamping anvil. Put that in position, and what I like to do is put my magnetic strip in first, and this is also what's going to be holding our piece to be marked. And what I want to do is tighten these screws up, both sides, until it meets the base of the machine. Now by turning both of them toward me, by turning them this way, I can move the plate to the left, and by turning them away from me, I can move the machine plate to the right. And as you can see here, my point is right in line with the center line of the tape. This is a smaller portion of it, but you can see that there is a line on the center, and that's what I want to line this up with to make sure I'm in the center of the piece. The next thing I want to do, remove the magnetic tape, and I'm going to use this for setup. I want to put my point down again to where it's centered on my position where I want my stamp to be, and then I'm going to push this toward it. So once it's held in place, I can move my V grooved magnet up to a point where it hits my disc. Now we'll get another disc here to mark, and we'll put that in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark Mary on this as well, and it should be right in line. Again, we're going to have to set our height so it's a little too much, and I want that handle at 2 o'clock, so I'm going to raise it up a little bit, and there we are. Now I can start marking. Index to the next position. Okay. go. You can see Mary is on that. I want to make sure you can see that because it marked it on a perfect radius there. And that's how easy it is to set up and do that. There's a lot of different things you can do with the machine. The machine is perfect for spoons, forks, knives. I know a lot of people are marking those, and this machine does have the power to do that as well. So check them out. They're at www.steelstamps.com and get yours today.